Everybody on the defensive side of the ball in the operations department for that, everybody involved with what this defense did all game, quite frankly, should be embarrassed. That was embarrassing. I'm not going to sit here and talk about Jacoby Brissett throwing the interception at the end. He made one mistake this entire game. He was pretty damn good the whole game. Made one mistake. I'm not going to talk about Cade York missing an extra point. Did those things affect the game? Yeah. The Browns still had a chance to win this game remarkably because the offense perseveres through stuff. But this was an embarrassing display by the defense. A display, up until like when the Browns took that 14-point lead, I was willing to go, okay, they played one of their worst games of the season. They'll be better, right? But this was just disqualifying. I don't know who is to blame. And look, you can't fire anybody because you got a short week. You play Pittsburgh next week, so they're lucky for that. But I don't know who's to blame. I don't know specifically where to point the fingers. Obviously, because of the position he has, Joe Woods is going to take a lot of this. I don't know how much of this is on Joe Woods, how much of this is on Grant Delpit, how much of this is on Denzel Ward, how much of this is on the DB's coach. But something has to change. 2 weeks in a row, nothing but busted coverages. Last week, you did pretty well. You had like 3 busted coverages, and then we thought, hey, they're going to patch that up, fix these things, and it got worse. Okay, so whatever you did sucks. Whoever was in charge of that plan sucks. It looks like it's Joe Woods. And I've been pretty lenient on Joe Woods. I've been pretty willing to say, hey, Joe Woods, he's been doing a good job because of the result. But this stuff right here is disqualifying. If it's Grant Delpit, it's disqualifying. He can't be on the field. Right? Find somebody who can be on the field, because I'd rather give up 5 and 10 yards, but 80 yards untouched. It was like preseason football, that bad. So no. This defensive performance was disqualifying for somebody. Somebody's losing a lot of responsibility after this game. I don't know who to blame yet. I really don't. I have not seen the tape. I've been fighting with Sunday Ticket all day to try to watch the game when I have. Like, I'm not about to sit here and act like I have all the answers. But what I do know is there needs to be an answer. This was embarrassing. And it was only embarrassing on the defensive side of the ball. Offensively, Nick Chubb had like 3 touchdowns. The offense was moving the ball well all day. They did more than enough to put this game away. Up 14. 13. Up 13. Up 13 points with 2 minutes left to go. Less than 2 minutes left to go. My bad. Less than 2 minutes left to go. Up 14. Put the game away. And the defense found a way to put them back in it. The defense is doing the defense did to the Browns offense this week and last week what the Browns offense did to the Browns defense last year. Where they're not helpful. They're only putting the offense in worse and worse situations. And they're losing games for this offense. That's exactly what the Browns defense is doing. Everything we were frustrated and they were frustrated with the offense for doing to the defense is turning back and doing it to the offense. Offense has been good enough both these last 2 weeks to win. They won last week because Cade York. They lose this week because of the defense. How does that happen? I don't even know to be mad at the call because the busted coverage was so bad. The coverage bust was so terrible. So terrible. I can't even tell what kind of coverage they're in. I don't know if it's quarter, 6, 3. It looks like they did nothing. Nothing. And then, even then, you give up the touchdown. How do you let Joe Flacco go up the field with no timeouts in 45 seconds? Embarrassing. You should be embarrassed of yourself. And somebody should have their role reduced because whatever is going on, there is clearly a problem. This isn't they played a bad game. This is a problem. This isn't week one rust. This is a problem. How do you lose this game? How do you give this one up? It's like one side of the ball just tried to give this game up, and they were successful. Congratulations, defense. We have spent the whole summer talking about the potential of what you guys can be, and you have come out here and showed flashes, but you showed your ass. This was just embarrassing. Embarrassing. Myles Garrett, this is on Myles Garrett. You're the leader of this defense. What's going on here? Why do they look so uninterested at times? Right? We know Myles Garrett's a great player. He played great today, but why is the unit that he leads looking uninterested? What's going on here? What is the problem here? Why can't we get basic things communicated? Why are players running on and off the field all the time and discombobulated like they don't know what they're supposed to be doing? There is a clear problem here. And I don't even know if it's communication as much as it is. I don't know. I don't know, but it's a problem. This is embarrassing. And if this does not get fixed by Thursday, because fortunate enough for them, it's a short week. You can't make big changes on a short week. Good for them. But if this does not get changed by Thursday, if the Browns don't have an incredible defensive performance against a mediocre offense in the Pittsburgh Steelers, then things need to be changed. I don't think that's Joe Woods getting fired as much as I know the comment section. I know for a fact the fire Joe Woods is going to be like 45 of the 40 top comments. It's just that's where people are going to go with it, right? I don't know if this is scheme or if this is just a specific player. But even if it is a specific player, at some point the coach has to take that player off the field. Or if this is a communicate, like something has to be done. If we got to put DeAnthony Bell in, put DeAnthony Bell in. Because these busted coverages are unacceptable. It's just flat unacceptable. This is a game that you should have won easily. You did everything to win easily. And then for whatever reason, and this is another thing. Then this is something I'm going to be critical of. It's not just Joe Woods in the defense. This is just still Joe Woods in the defense. Why does weird shit happen with this team every time the Browns are up by like double digits? Why is it? Why is it that something always happens unfathomably, sorry, I can't say it right, weird, when this team goes up 14? Why is it? Why is that the case? Like this team just can't be up 14 and be regular. Every time we go up by double digits, something catastrophic breaks in, right? We go up 10 against Carolina, no, 17 against Carolina or 14 against Carolina, whatever it was double digits, 2 scores. And then we let all hell break loose. Now we get double-digit lead with 1 minute and 40 seconds left. And not just all hell breaks loose. The bottom falls out of hell. Like hell's looking at that like, dog, I ain't do that. That's too much for me. Just embarrassing is the word. Disqualifying is the word. You wasted a valiant effort by Jacoby Brissett, who almost came back around and won this game, but he threw an interception at the end. It's unfortunate. He should have never been in a position to have to do anything at that point. It's really unfortunate. K. York got to make the extra point, though. But that's just amazing. That's just amazing to me. Just one of the most embarrassing things I've seen. Now, that being said, it's a short week. We're going to look at the tape. when that comes out with Tuesday. We'll look at the tape, see who to blame, see where I think the problem is. Evaluate that, and then, at least we have only, 1, 2, 3, like a few days to think about this. But this is embarrassing. You had to win in the bag. The offense did everything you could, and it's like the defense was playing against the Browns today. This is as embarrassing as 10-7 versus the Lions. This is as embarrassing as any of the performances that the offense did. This is as embarrassing as when Baker Mayfield threw like 5 interceptions versus the Packers on national TV. This was that level of embarrassing by the defense. It's disqualifying. People lose their jobs over this. People don't have starting responsibilities after this. Can't happen. Can't happen again. I don't want to hear from them it was just a bad game. I was willing to take that before you gave up 14 points unanswered in 2 minutes. I was willing to hear that until then. At this point, I'm not willing to hear it's a bad game. I'm not willing to hear an excuse about how, this is just something weird that happened. No. Something has to change. Something concrete absolutely has to change, or else this team is going to be what everybody thinks they're going to be, right? They're going to be a mediocre football team if they continue to play like this on defense. This team's supposed to be led by its defense, right? They're not going to win very many games with their defense playing like this. This was embarrassing. This was disqualifying. Somebody needs to be moved, adjusted. There needs to be adjustments made after this. Not minor adjustments, major adjustments. Whatever is going on with communication. Maybe it'd be a good idea to stop running the green dot off the field. Why is Anthony Walker splitting reps with Jacob Phillips? Is that a front office thing? That needs to stop. Clearly, we cannot handle 2 green dots. We can't do it. Keep the green dot consistent, because we're not getting the play calls through. And every time Jacob Phillips is out there calling the plays, it's not working. Get him off the field. The experiment's over. You're not even saving that much money. Anthony Walker is not even expensive. Just sign him. He's young. Stop playing around. We're moving green dots off the field. We're switching. What needs to be stabilized so this communication is not dog shit? What needs to be stabilized? We're moving too many pieces around. Nobody knows where to go. And we give up a 70-yard play uncontested. Uncontested. For what reason? There's nothing that can explain that. That busted coverage, there's nothing that can explain that I'm going to be okay with. There's no explanation for it. Other than whoever's responsible, bro, either you have to have one hell of an excuse, or you just don't need to be out there again. That was disqualifying. This performance was disqualifying. If this is who the Browns defense is, we are in trouble. I don't believe it to be. I know they are more talented than what they did today, but God, it's the Jets. You did this against the Jets. You should be embarrassed of yourself. Now take it out on Pittsburgh and beat them by 40. You beat the Steelers by 40, everybody going to forget. That's the fortunate thing. Nobody's going to care. Well, we're going to care if the Browns have one game out the playoffs and it's because they blew this stupid ass game. Yeah, people are going to care. So I ain't going to lie to you. People going to care, but they'll care. They'll be less mad if you beat the Steelers by 20 or 40, something like that, right? So that's what you got to do. That's what you got to do. Now you got to win the game because you just blew this one. Unbelievable. Feel bad for Jacoby Brissett. Feel bad for Nick Chubb. Feel bad for everybody on the team that's not on the defensive side of the ball. Defensive side of the ball should be embarrassed. No days off for you. You have to practice throughout all this. That was embarrassing. Clowney's out with a foot injury. I don't know if he's going to be back for Thursday. This was embarrassing. But embarrassment's a feeling that's temporary. So that's the upside of it. That's my thoughts. Y'all have a great day. Have a good night.